Muscle Nomads, first time we've doing this from afar since a very long time, since you moved out of China, because normally you sit here. I even bought an extra chair for you so you could sit next to me. And what do? You moved to
Moved away.
Vegas. What the hell, bro?
I owe you a chair. Yeah, we haven't done it like this since 2019.
Yeah.
Well, and 2021, I guess, until I moved. But yeah,
So
well,
you went from the communist land to the freedom land in the meantime.
communism to ultra freedom
Uh-huh.
to America freedom.
American freedom, yeah.
Yeah, and
Which is like a bigger and better form of freedom, but with some restrictions. But
it's
that's
like
okay. It's livable.
it's no, yeah, I guess freedom. How to describe freedom here is it's different. Like it feels different for, especially from a foreigner's perspective. I don't feel like
Hmm.
a foreigner anymore. I don't
No.
feel like a tourist, you know. So freedom in Asia is like okay, yeah. There's not too many rules as long as you're not an asshole, and you know if you get in trouble, you pay the right person. You should be all right. Kind of freedom.
Exactly.
Freedom here is just like it feels like a land, like people talk about America like a land of opportunity,
Hmm.
and people coming from all corners of the world to start their new lives, get after it, build better lives for their future and their kids and their family. It feels very much like that. It's
Hmm.
such a diverse, the cultural diversity is nuts,
Yeah.
and even
Especially
like you said,
Vegas.
yeah, Vegas, especially Vegas, and it's really cool, and everyone has this very everyone seems to be on very much the same page, same understanding that
Hmm.
we're in this little hub in the middle of the desert. It's different than everywhere else. So let's all just get along and have a good time, keep the place clean, tidy,
Hmm.
and don't fuck up.
Keep the
And it
riffraff
seems like,
out.
yeah, and it seems to be kind of on that page.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, what do I compare that to? And then we just did a road trip down to LA for 2 days. So I compared it with downtown LA, and I'm like,
I don't
oh,
know what's coming.
let's go back to Vegas.
So how was LA compared to, like, I've been to LA twice and Vegas two times, three times? Yeah,
So I have
three
a
three
couple of
times.
experiences. So back in, when was it? 2018, I think I came here on a
Hmm.
family trip, and we went straight into Santa Monica area after the
Hmm.
Vegas trip. So we did Vegas for a week, and then we did a few days down in Santa Monica, and that was beautiful, gorgeous place, really nice seafront, all of that, great.
Hmm.
But I never did downtown LA. Downtown LA is a dive. Sorry, LA, but you're a shithole.
It's like Mumbai.
It's rough, man. Like, there's a few cool little things. Like, we walked down the
Yeah.
street and we found this little area called like Little Tokyo, and they have
Hmm.
like these little back streets, and it kind of looks a little bit like Tokyo, I guess. Some good restaurants. So you have these little spots hidden around. There's this
Yeah.
really cool restaurant called the Biker Cafe or something, and it was like this old classic bike showroom, but it was a restaurant and a
Mhm.
bar and a barber shop and a tattoo shop all in one.
Oh, that's
Really
cool.
nice, good vibes, really nice vibes, good food, and that was it. The rest of LA was just dirty, loud, super busy, sirens all day long, gunshots and fireworks throughout the night. Just got crackheads riding around on bicycles
Yeah.
everywhere, screaming and shouting at each other.
My wife didn't like it at all.
It wasn't nice.
At
And
all.
you're in like one nice area. You walk outside and you're like, okay, it doesn't seem too bad here. And then you walk one block over, and it's just like a whole
Yeah.
street full of tents and homeless people and fentanyl zombies. So yeah, LA definitely not my favorite. It's funny. I ran into Branch Warren at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Expo,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, you're back." And I was like, "I told you I'd move here. I'm a man of my word. I told you I'd make it happen." He was like, "My man, my man." He's like, "So you didn't move to here, right? LA?" No, no, we moved to Vegas, and we're also coming to visit you guys in a couple of weeks in Texas. And he's like, "All right, man, yeah, this ain't America. This place ain't America." And I'm like, "Brilliant." And it's just when Branch says something, it's just listen to that guy. Chances are he's
He's
probably
funny as
right.
hell.
He's so
Yeah.
funny. But he's
I got
like,
to
yeah, I
bring
was
him
like,
some cigars when I come back.
yeah,
It's
I'll take the couple out to. We're flying out there on the 7th, just for a few days. I think Jared's got some podcast stuff to do with Hani.
okay. Mm-hmm.
So he said, come along, do a little mingling and networking.
Yeah,
So I'll go with Hani and the crew, train at his gym. Then we'll do a session at Absolute Recomp, big giant gym out
yeah.
there in
Mm-hmm.
Fort Worth. And then we'll go and visit Destination Dallas so I can link up
Fuck,
with
man.
the Gas Better Bodies team and
Right.
hang out with Branch and Aaron and all of those guys. So that'll be fun, just to go over and have my first ever Texas experience. Totally going to rent a big truck for a couple of days.
You
Find a
should.
pair
Yeah,
of
you
boots.
should. No
No
barbecue.
real
No
truck.
barbecues though.
No barbecue, man. No, just truck boots. Gonna get me a hat.
Yeah, you
Go
can
for
smoke some
better,
cigars, and that's about it.
pretty much. But Vegas is great for food. I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Texas barbecue is incredible, but you
Mm-hmm.
can get everything in Vegas, and it's
Oh, I
like
know,
high.
man. I know. I
The
love it
sushi
there.
in Vegas, dude.
Yeah.
You would love the sushi buffets in
Yeah, I
Vegas.
know.
They're next level good. But yeah, there's like a big Hawaiian culture here as well.
All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they have their own style of barbecue too, which looks amazing. I'm compiling a list of places I need to go and eat as soon as this prep is done. But
So,
for now,
does that Hawaiian barbecue have pineapple on it, just like a
of
Hawaiian
course
pizza?
it does. Of course it does. It will be
I'm just
a
asking.
mixture of fish and pineapple and rice and coconuts. I don't know what grows in Hawaii, stuff like that, right? Tropical, nice stuff.
I don't know, little skimpy, things around the waist,
Little,
and you shake.
hopefully, it gets served like that.
Yeah, that would be great. It's kind of like a Hawaiian Hooters theme. I would definitely eat there.
Hawaii Hooters. Yeah, I'll eat there as well. Go
Yeah.
get Andrew a job there. I should go
Uh-huh.
some Hooters. Put her to work.
Yeah. Where you from? Hawaii? So you're not Hawaiian.
So kind of, they kind of, some of them have a bit of an Asian vibe to them.
Yeah, they have a little bit of an Asian background. Yeah.
Polynesian kind of halfway thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's
Oh,
a
no.
really cool, diverse culture here. I love it. It's just a really good vibe. It's probably the perfect fit coming from somewhere like Thailand to America because Thailand's so culturally diverse, right? There's people from
Yeah.
all corners
Mhm.
of the world. So having that similarity is probably pretty cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
in
you've been
general,
to Dubai, right? Dubai is pretty similar. Have you been to Hong Kong a couple times?
yeah,
Tokyo? And it's all these big cities with a big tourism industry, but also a good amount of entertainment. I mean, it just feels like everything that the world has to offer is in a single place.
yeah,
And then you decide to live there. That's why I decided to live in Bangkok because you have everything that the world has to offer right here.
yeah. It's very
And it's very convenient. Exactly.
yeah. It's basically all of the pros from somewhere like Bangkok. Plus, you're in the desert,
Mhm.
surrounded by these mountains. It's really nice and open. There's a lot more space. So Bangkok's amazing, but it still can be a
It's
bit of a
cramped.
claustrophobic,
It's
cramped
fucking
city, right?
cramped.
I mean, it
Mhm.
is what it is. It's going to be like that. So many people. Whereas here, we've just got this giant open space in the desert, and there's no shortage of space. So
Yeah.
nothing feels like it's on top of anything. Everything's very open and spacious. That's probably why I didn't like LA as well for the same reasons, right? But
Yeah,
yeah,
the roads are smaller. There's way more traffic. Like coming from the airport to something like where Disneyland is, it took like over an hour with a taxi, and that's just across the city. It should be like a 20-minute trip, but there's just terrible traffic.
it sucks.
Yeah,
Traffic there.
Vegas is barely any traffic. Bangkok is always traffic, so that's why we drive motorbikes.
Vegas is great. It's just straight roads. It's all like grid road systems here, right? I
Yeah.
think
Hmm.
I've seen one roundabout, one random little roundabout on a tiny side street somewhere, and everything else is just straight roads, 2 or 3 lanes.
Hmm.
Never enough traffic to get you in a mood. So yeah, it's nice, very convenient, easy to get around. Um, I can drive to the gym all the way down south in Henderson in
Hmm.
like 20 minutes, less than that probably, and it's a nice drive. I can put my podcast on and just cruise on down, drink a coffee, and then I'm
Hmm.
there. That same distance in LA would probably take me like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I was staying at the Marriott, which is not too far from Zoo Culture, the bigger one, the newer one. And I think that's like a 10-minute walk. And that road was just fucking cramped the whole time.
Yeah, that was crap.
It's
We
faster.
went to the food culture. All those roads around there are just tiny, just traffic
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, 2 ways both sides, and it's fuckload of traffic.
Oh, you would have went down there to see Niall, right?
Yeah, because Nell lives close. Let's just say close. And
Yeah, that's what we were there because Jared had a podcast with him as well. So we went to Niall's
all right.
place to
Okay.
say hi. And I was like, "Oh, hello, mate." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're the guy. You're Steve's buddy."
Yeah.
I was just like, "Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
one."
part of the wallpaper here now. Cool, man.
So yeah, Niall's a great guy though. He's a really cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, Nell's
Good
cool.
interviewer. Good show. But
Mhm.
there's loads of really cool people. The people in the industry here have all been extremely welcoming. Everyone's really nice. It's just everyone's busy getting after it. No one's got time to be an asshole. It seems like no one's got time to be an asshole, and no one's got time to cause drama. Everyone's too busy doing stuff,
Yeah.
having a good time. So that's
Mhm.
quite nice. It's a good motivational, like get shit done vibe.
Right.
And yeah, it's awesome. And then with the gym down at Cult Fitness down in the south, it's like a week after I got here, we went to one of Sandy's IFBB seminars where she talks
Mhm.
about what we're looking for from each category, posing stuff, upcoming shows, blah blah blah. It's just like a bit of a intro to the year for athletes. And I met quite a few of the promoters and stuff there that are hosting all these different shows. All really nice people. And then we were sat next to this guy called Mike, and he leaned
Mhm.
over. I saw a few people wearing his like gym shirts. I'd never heard of that gym. He leaned
Mhm.
over and he's like, "All right, guys." He's like, "You living here?" He was like, "Oh, I've just opened up Cult Fitness down in Henderson." He said, "Swing through. I'll show you around. You know, we want to take care of all the local athletes and stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. We'll swing through, you know, because
Mhm.
it's Vegas. You know, we're just jumping from gym to gym to gym on different
Yeah,
days."
right.
But there is like probably strength culture, I would say, is one of that, and strength culture and cult fitness are the ones where you can get everything done. You wouldn't need to go to any other gyms apart from those two. I think
Right.
they're my favorite as far as equipment and vibe. Dragons is great, good vibe in there. At the right
Mhm.
times, it's a good vibe because there's a bunch of bodybuilders in there, but at the right times. And then the rest of the gyms are just like, okay. And but some have like a few key pieces of equipment. So some of you might be doing your plan for the week, and it's like, okay, on Monday we're going to this gym, Tuesday this gym, Wednesday that gym.
Right,
Then,
right, right. Yeah, you just get a membership everywhere, and if everything is driving distance and there's no traffic, then it doesn't matter where you go.
it's doable to do it that way, and it's fun doing it that way. Like when we visit,
Mhm.
but after a couple of weeks, you're like, let's just pick a gym, call it a home base. Right
Yeah.
at that time is when Mike found us at that seminar, and he's like, come through the gym. So I went there the next day, met him there, and he's got this big blue, like neon blue, purple, cult fitness kind of
Mhm.
logo, and I was like, "Those dope colors. That's my kind of colors. They're cool." I like the lighting. He's got this. He's got
Mhm.
his Lamborghini painted to match the brand colors as well, which looks epic parked outside.
Then you know you've made it. You just put a
Yeah,
Lamborghini outside, same color as your logo.
it's dope. It's a nice Lambo. And so I walk in this place, and you would think, oh God, this guy's just going to be one of these like check out my car money guys, you know.
Mhm.
Total opposite. Family guy, humble as they come. Like he's our
Mhm.
kind of really nice.
Cool.
Got money, doesn't flaunt it, but he's a car guy. He likes his cars, but he's not walking around splashing cash like an asshole. He's
Mhm.
investing it into people and things. So he walks into this place, and I'm like, holy shit, this is a big gym. I was expecting like a little small, like a torture gym kind of thing, because they're all
Right.
small little gyms, right?
Mhm.
And it's way bigger. Really good selection of different equipment, different brands, which I like. So you have that selection. I don't
Yeah, a
like,
little bit of variety.
yeah, all uniform to one brand is annoying. And he was just kind of explaining the plans basically for the year, what's moving forward, how they're going to eventually expand, blah blah blah. And he's just made this place happen fast. Like the whole
Mhm.
redecoration, the real. He didn't hang around. It's been pretty refreshing to see someone be so aggressive with getting a business up and running, marketed, with a team on board, like no time.
Yeah,
Um,
if you want to go for it, you got to go for it. Not this
Go
half-ass
hard or
stuff.
go home, right?
But
Yeah,
that's usually with the gym, Joe. With the gym business, that people think, yeah, I put a gym here, and then it's gonna sort itself out. But that's not the case, man. You gotta aggressively market it because there's so much competition on the gym space.
absolutely. I think that's where a lot of gyms fall down everywhere in the world is they get a little bit lazy and complacent. And they're like, well,
Hmm.
we've got enough members, we'll chill now, and the members will just keep coming. And whereas Mike's like, I didn't open this gym to make money. Like, it's not a consistent money thing for me. This is a passion project. He's like,
Yeah.
I need people on board that know equipment. I need people on board that are athletes. I need people that, know the industry. I'm building a team, blah, blah, blah. He said, I want you on the team.
Okay, cool.
And we just clicked. We just hit it off. We're very much on the same page. And I was like, this is strange timing. I just moved here. And then you just open a gym. And then we just happened to meet at the same random little seminar. And then all these little things falling into place.
You just
He's like,
clicks, and then you
yeah.
make it happen, man.
He
That's
was
how it
like,
should be.
sometimes things just, meant to be. You're in the right
Hmm.
place at the right time. And you've got to grab those opportunities by the
Right.
balls. So that's exactly what I've done with pretty much every opportunity so far. I'm just like, yep, I'll do that. Yep. Book me in. I'm good. So we're doing
80
video
hours a
shoots.
week right away.
I mean, it's just the backbone of it is me and Jared. We're both on
Hmm.
that. We're like good training partners. It's
Yeah.
just, when you find the right trainer partner, you're like, okay, finally someone who can hang, someone who can there's been no one since you, really. I had a good little stretch with Chris.
Hmm.
But that's it. Like in the whole time I've been bodybuilding, like two guys that can actually hang and have a good workout.
Yeah, but
I
it
was like,
doesn't help that you're fucking strong and big, Aaron. It's difficult to
I'm not even
like an.
lifting that much anymore, mate. You'd laugh at the weights that I'm lifting. But
Yeah, but if it stimulates the muscle, like in the beginning we got our Dorian Yates and dog crap and stuff out of the way, and after a while you're gonna slow down a little bit. Like I'm beaten up, also. Got to take it easy now.
I
There's
think we
more
got the
time and
benefit.
attention.
We got all the benefits out of those years of training, and now we can be a little bit
Yeah,
more
exactly.
refined with it. But it's been great training with Jared. We just click. We're on the same page. Easy work, and it's moving really well. So having that sort of foundation of routine in
Hmm.
prep, locked in, couple good people in my circle, and it's just it's nice and smooth sailing. And
Cool.
we'll just keep it rocking and rolling and moving forward. Got the Arnold coming up in 4 weeks,
Hmm.
which I'm excited about. Prep's going great. Probably the leanest I've been. Look pretty good. I'm on low food, low gear, but
Hmm.
loads of nootropics, all the added little
Keeps you
peptide
going.
extras and stuff that are keeping things moving along nicely. The Retta is definitely helping out there as well with the low
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
And
Is
it's
it
good.
easier to get those peptides over there compared to Thailand? Because in Thailand we always struggled a little bit getting the stuff.
I had Brandon stay in my spare room last week. He's like, I'm coming into
Ah.
Vegas. And I'm like, just stay here, dude. He was like, are you
Yeah,
sure? I'm like, yeah, just bring me a handful of stuff. So he
there you
brought in a
go.
bunch of new peps and 5-amino 1MQ and stuff.
There you
But I
go.
mean, we're sponsored by them anyway. So
Yeah,
I just put in my orders and he sends stuff out and it just shows up a few days later, straight in
yeah.
the mail.
Hmm.
So
That's
that's
good.
no problems. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot more work with them behind, in the background stuff, educational stuff,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube series, like athletes' perspective of
Yeah.
these peptides and injectable pre-workouts and
Good, good, good.
all these other
Yeah, I
things
mean,
that have
you have a lot of experience
been.
with that stuff, so we might as well contribute, and it's good to
Yeah,
get it from the guy that actually lives it, the bodybuilding stuff.
yeah. I think it's just another good perspective. We got a couple more people on the team here now as well. One person to we're going to get Brianni to do the female perspective of things.
Okay,
And,
cool.
me doing as a sort of athlete perspective side of things. Brendan just the overall kind of educational stuff with
Hmm.
his guy. So it should have quite a good little sort of back end educational portal being built onto the back of all of this. So that's always fun because it just gives me a good excuse to actually sit down and do some reading and learn some stuff rather than just I've got to
That's
keep on top
I
of
was
my
I was
education game.
keep expanding your horizon, man. Just the more you
Yeah,
read into it, the more you realize that you got to learn a lot more, and you go down the rabbit hole, and then you're 4 days ahead. You're like,
it just
fuck,
goes
where
on,
did my
doesn't it?
time go?
Then there's something else, and then there's a combination with this one and that one, and how that one. It's good though. It's fun, and it stops me from being complacent when it comes to the educational side of stuff, especially in prep. When
Yeah.
right now I'm
Mhm.
very, very busy. I have a few hours at the end of every day to kind of get all of my work done and extra tasks and
Mhm.
stuff. So I'm hustling pretty hard right now, but it's all paying off. It's good, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I definitely feel at home here. So it's nice to finally feel like at home, settled somewhere, which is good.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now I just
Cool,
got to
man.
get Inside Out peeled, get on stage at the Arnold. We get to go on the main stage as well this year. All the
Yeah,
amateurs
heard about
go on
that.
the main stage, which is epic. I will be on stage, the same stage as Mr. Olympia and many others,
It's gonna be
which is pretty.
exciting. Yeah, sorry I can't be there this year. I just got so busy.
We're
It's
gonna we're gonna zoom call you so we can hear the
I'll check in
glutes,
from yeah,
glutes,
close.
tonight,
Lean
tonight.
back. Yeah,
I'll
I
just
had
hear
so
it
much stuff to
over in
do.
the distance somewhere. Andrew
Exactly.
holding up a phone. But yeah, no, it's the booth crew will all be there. I think most people are flying in a day early so they can come and watch, which is nice.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of messages from like just YouTube followers and Instagram people like, "Oh, you're in the States. You're doing the Arnold. We're coming. We're coming in a day early so we can watch your show."
Yeah, you'll be surprised how
I'm
many
like,
people will join in and that are happy to be
"Yeah,
there with to
it's
see you,
really
you know.
cool. The
Mm.
support has been incredible. It's really really nice.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm going to show up looking absolutely insane and give everyone a good show.
Good.
There might be a
Good.
little warm up show here in Vegas in a couple of weeks as well, just
Mm-hmm.
beforehand, which I'm thinking doing just to support the local Vegas sort of bodybuilding
Mm-hmm.
scene, as it's the first one of the year, and also to get in front of a couple of the judges that will also be at the Arnold. So they
Yeah,
kind
might
of,
as well, right? So they can have a look at you, and then it's not a new look, so they already know what to look for, and then you can get some feedback, see what you can improve. What you got 1 or 2 weeks before the Arnold Classic to make the improvement.
yeah, 2 weeks in between.
Two, yeah.
So enough time to dial a few things in if necessary. And it also gives the guys, Kurt and Jared, a little bit of a chance to maybe tweak the peak
Mm-hmm.
and see how that goes because I will be a lot leaner than before. So again, the landscape changes straight away, right? I mean,
Yeah, you don't have to deal with that Thai humidity where you're just slightly watery all the time.
yeah,
Just
the
super
Vegas dry
annoying.
is good. Vegas dry
Yeah,
look
I
is a
know.
nice.
When we just arrived there, I'm like, fuck, man. Well, in 3 days, you're fucking peeled. Like, I didn't realize it was shredded, this shredded. But it's cold over there now, right?
Yeah, it's a chilly. Like, this is the first time I've wore like jogging pants and hoodies most of the time.
Mm,
In the midday, it warms up really nice.
yeah,
But yeah, in the morning up until about sort of 10, it's pretty chilly. And then
yeah.
from around sort of 6 p.m. onwards, it's pretty chilly. So, but it is slowly warming up. I can feel it warming up. Like today, I woke up, I would usually throw a hoodie on straight away as the heating
Hmm.
comes on. But I'm good today. So I think it's heating up now.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, the first time I was there was in December, and then it was like freezing. My wife's like, what the fuck is this? We're supposed to be in the desert. So, well, it does
Like,
have seasons,
it's
like
weird.
everywhere else.
Yeah, there's snow. There's people skiing in the mountains. Like
Oh,
less
wow.
than half an hour drive away up into the mountains. There's a few little white tips up there, and I think there's some
Oh,
areas where they spray on a bit of the artificial snow on top just to make it good for the snowboarders and
right.
the skiers. So you
Might
can
as
come
well
out
go
here
have a
and do
look.
some skiing in the desert. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
man, I just had leg surgery. My leg is
I'm
still
going
hurting
out
thinking
to
about it.
going out to Texas next week, and I think there's still a bit of snow there. So
Make a
I'll
little
probably
snowman.
make a little snowman, maybe ride a horse in the snow. That'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool, especially the big horses over there. They could
Yeah, Branch
carry
was
you
like, "Oh,
easily.
I've got a bad ranch, man. I got some horses." And I'm like, "Is there any like? Do the horses struggle when you're big?" He's like, "Man, that's a myth." He's like, "You know how strong a horse is?" He's like, "A horse will pull down that house there right now."
Hmm.
That was a bad Branch impression.
They don't
Sorry,
call it
Branch.
horsepower for no reason. I mean, I rode horse quite a
Those
bit.
things are real powerhouses. Like
Yeah.
we were sat there, right, with Branch and Regan
Mm,
talking about like real horses. And yeah, so he's like, yeah, just come out, spend some time on the ranch, ride some horses and stuff like that. And I'm like, hell yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
epic.
just
But
don't
it
don't
won't be this
don't
trip.
fall off. Don't fall off. It's fucking
Yeah, no,
high. I fell up a horse like twice in my life, and it's not fun, dude.
I'll wait until I've got a bit of cushion in the off season to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now is not the time. So we're just going to
No.
go out to Texas for like 3 days, I think, hit the gyms, do a
Mhm.
bunch of networking, podcasting, and then head on back. Because the week after that will be the warm up show, and then 2 weeks
All
after that
right.
is the so there's a lot of traveling going on, but I don't want to get
No,
out of routine more than a couple of days at a time.
no. No, but
Yeah.
flying within the US is pretty straightforward, you know. I mean, the airports are
Oh,
closed, and of course, like you have to really have to pick your airlines because half of them are kind of shit. Uh, so
yeah,
be
I think
careful.
usually fly Southwest, which seems to be pretty good, and they have
Mhm.
luggage included and stuff. I think the other one is United, are
I
pretty
know
good.
everybody has their opinion. Like I said, I flew with Delta. Oh, Delta shit. I flew with all of them. Southwest, Spirit, United, Delta. I flew with all of them. And then every time I mentioned an airline, people were complaining. So I'm like, well, it's probably all shit then.
Yeah, everyone has their favorites. Everyone's got their like, oh, I'm a United Platinum member, or I've got Southwest Platinum cards. But here, if you are a bodybuilder or you travel a lot, it's
Mhm.
worth getting one of those cards because a lot of these guys
Yeah.
just fly for free everywhere now. Or they like Jared. If you fly with Jared, I think he's got like a thing where he's done so much traveling, he can take a
Mhm.
passenger with him on a domestic flight anywhere for free, as long as they're
Yeah.
on the same flight. So there's loads of
Yeah.
reward systems for everything. Actually, the
Flying over
supermarkets.
there is like taking the bus or taking the SkyTrain in other countries, you know? It's like taking a metro in Tokyo. Just fly over there. I'm going to Florida today, like 4 hours. Easy.
Easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy. Like most, and you can get the cheap. I mean, for me, I don't really care if it's a shit cheap flight. If it's like 3 hours or less,
Yeah, that doesn't
like
matter. And
let more than
honestly,
four
like the
hours.
business class, like I flew business class from Sydney to New Zealand, Wellington, and that was supposedly business. So you sit 2 chairs instead of 3. So it's not that much more comfortable. And you can't even go all the way flat.
That's,
So economy plus or
like, yeah, the premium economy, right?
that's just a
So I
little
don't
bit more
know.
leg room.
My flight from Thailand to here, there
Mhm.
was an option to upgrade to premium economy with Japan Airlines, but it was only like an extra
Ah,
$300. Most of the
mhm.
other places or airlines were like an extra $1,000, $2,000. But this was like $300 more, and I'm like, why not? It's a long
Yeah,
flight.
why not?
That was
Mhm.
totally worth it. Japan Airlines,
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good.
really, really
Yeah,
nice.
originally had a business class ticket with Korean Air, like the one that we flew with. That was yeah, that's the only one that does one stop to Vegas.
Yeah,
You know that's a decent business class because the other business classes are even 25% more expensive. But I already canceled my ticket because if I go there for 2 weeks, then I need 2 weeks to recover with the time zone difference. And after the Arnold Classic, you probably get sick. You know how it goes. And then I'm like, fuck, I can't miss another month again. I've been traveling so much last year. So I decided, you know what?
just recovered from all of it.
I just feel recovered. Yeah, I just feel like, and now I had these surgeries, so I'm still recovering from that. So I don't think I could fly in like originally my flight would be like 3 weeks from now, like a couple days before the
That's a lot of
Arnold
traveling
Classic.
within a few months. Like that's the most traveling you've done within 6 months ever, right?
Yeah,
Well,
so I did
probably as
Mr.
well.
Olympia, Mr. Olympia, right? So I went to Vegas, and then you and me, and then 2 months later I went to the UK and Holland, and then a week later I went to New Zealand, and then 6 weeks later I would go to Ohio. Fuck, I'm
You're a true
done. I'm
nomad,
cooked.
mate.
I'm
You are a
cooked.
true muscle nomad.
I'm fucking cooked.
Where's
So
Steve?
I'm a
He's
lot.
on the road in some corner of the world somewhere doing a podcast with some sheik or a guru on a mountainside.
No, 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 no. So now I was like, you know what?
When someone's like, where's Steve at the moment? I'm like, actually, he's legit in Mount
Yeah.
Doom. Show Jared your story. And I'm like, how fucking cool is that picture with you and Nan stood there?
New Zealand is something else, man. It's beautiful over there. You need to rent a car because everything is kind of far apart, but it's a beautiful country, man. Great food, a lot of great steak, a lot of great lamb, a lot of great wine. I was fucking drunk for a week straight, but
Yep.
all that good wine is too good to not drink. Had some whiskey also. Great food. Of course, you go to the local grocery store and then have like a muffin this size. Should I have it? Still had it
Of
though. Yep.
course,
Well, I'm a foodie, man. So the same issues that I had
holiday
in
mode.
Vegas. Yeah, holiday modes. You just eat whatever. Yeah. And so that was good. Yeah, the holiday was good. And then after that, after 2 weeks, it's like, fuck, I'm still not recovered. I better stay home for a couple months just to kind of
Surprise.
prepare.
Yeah, well, I mean, the time between that and all of the surgeries was pretty close as well. So, I mean,
Three
you've
weeks? Yeah, so I did it. I started mid January. So I had the gyno surgery and the liposuction at the same time. And then a couple days later, I went for Lasik eye surgery. Fuck, man, it was brutal. And then a couple days later, I went in for leg surgery.
so you're basically what do they call him? What's the $6 billion man?
Yeah, $1 million baby. Yeah.
Just freaking rebuilt from the. I just when I was watching you talk, I think in one of the messages we had, and you were listing all of the stuff that you just had done,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Fucking hell!" And I just had this image in my head. You know the new RoboCop movie when he's just there on the stand,
It
and he
just
looks down
flies
and he's
zooming in.
like, "There's nothing
Oh
left."
no, there's nothing left. It's just lungs in a head. Yeah, I remember.
Just like that, just about just completely rebuilt bionic
Yeah,
man
it's
now.
like
But hey, at least you got it all done. This stuff has been on your list for a long time. Right? So,
for a long time. I've been procrastinating about all this stuff. Like the LASIK eye surgery, I've been wanting to get done for 5 years, and of course the gyno surgery, I wanted to get done for a long time, but then I chickened out like 2 years ago because of all the clotting issues in the world. And then the leg surgery, I was literally there for LASIK eye surgery, and I see, oh, orthopedics. Oh, might as well go have a look. So go talk with the doctor. He's like, yeah, easy surgery, 1 hour. So, okay, sign me up. So I booked it in. And then, but the leg surgery is the worst one, honestly, because there's so much inflammation in my ankle that it's like literally stuck in one position. So, yeah, I keep it elevated most of the time. So I'm walking
well,
on
there's
toes
holes in
like I'm a
the bones, right?
velociraptor. Sorry?
There's like there's so they took all the bolts out, so there
Yeah.
is legit holes, right?
Yeah. There's the
Ah, awesome,
merchandise.
nice.
The
You need to get
merchandise.
them on like a chain or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I asked my wife if she could find me a jeweler because, like this piece of surgical metal. I mean, I think if you add some silver to it, should be a nice bracelet. Can make an ankle bracelet out of
You can probably get
it.
that gold plated easy.
uh, yeah, yeah, could be. Let's see. I'll
Or
go
powder
talk to a
coated.
jeweler. Yeah, I
But
need to
that's
make
cool.
something with.
I mean, you've
Yeah,
had that shit in your legs for a long time, so now there's all of those
18 years,
holes in the leg. And what was the recovery time on actual like holes in the bones?
3 months.
See, but if you think about it, legit holes, which would look
Mhm.
like if you were to shoot someone in the leg with a gun at point blank, it's going to be a good dented hole in there. And I mean, that all of that actual dense bone to regrow in
Mhm.
12 weeks, to me, that's pretty freaking quick for that kind
Yeah.
of
The problem is you still
repair.
can't
Like
train hard on it.
it's not a crack or a fracture, is it? It's a legit hole that has to completely
Yeah.
rebuild.
So I need to do a few more X-rays. And then the reason why I procrastinated about getting it done is because you just have months out of the gym from proper training. So and now walking is a little bit difficult. Like it's been 10 days or something. So there's some swelling in the ankle and around the incision site. So it's annoying. And then hopefully next week or the week after I can go back to the gym again. Somehow I'm still 110 kilos.
Really
Yeah,
holding it
I, st-
together.
I, st- I keep everything, man. I don't get it.
You
I
went
don't get
natty
it.
for a year and you still look bigger than everyone.
Yeah, but then it was like 92. I almost lost the friendship.
Almost 2 kilos away
Almost.
from talking to you again.
Yeah.
But it's good though. It's good that you've got it all done, and a few
Yeah.
months will fly by. You know, when you're as busy as you are, a few months flies by, right?
Yeah.
And then when that few months does fly by, you're fully recovered. You can move around, walk around, and all of that. It's better to have it done now, so because you're going to be probably here, there, and everywhere once baby shows up, right?
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to get it done now because I could do it now and fully recover by the time my wife gives birth, or procrastinate another 18 years because I can't do this while the baby is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old because I need to be mobile, man. I can't. I can't have this
And
down period again.
it's definitely the perfect time to do it because you're not
Hmm.
doing anything else. You're chilling, you're working, and that's it.
Yeah,
So you've got
I
plenty
just
of
want to go to the
recovery.
gym.
I bet. I bet. So what are you taking? What's the recovery? The Ultra Wolverine times 10
It's
stack,
it's
I imagine.
it's it's all the stuff. TRT to well, let's say 300 tests. You know, those Bayer ampules are overfilled. So let's say 310 tests per week. 20 milligrams Anavar. 2 use growth hormone. I started with 5, but because I can't do any cardio right now, I got so watery.
Yeah.
Holy moly, dude! So I dropped it to 2.5. And then TB 500, BPC 157, GHK copper, micronized progesterone. That's all of it. So I just recorded the video about it. Will be on Monday. Um,
I think
that will be the
Brandon
full
will probably
stuff.
send you some. They've just put all of that in one. The new product called
Yeah,
Grow.
he told me about it, but I already have everything that you sent the last time. So I have
Oh, okay.
everything. By the time it arrives, because I have to use that shipping forwarder, right? So it takes 4 weeks. And by the time, like, dude, this gyno surgery is fully healed, 2 weeks. Fully.
Yeah, Gyno's a quick one.
Hmm.
Both of mine healed, but pretty good. I think they left a little bit of scar tissue in this one, which kind of
Yeah, scar
sagged.
tissue here on the lower chest. So this area is still a little bit numb. But
Just
yeah, I
rotate your
just need
chest
to
and
do a
stretch
lot
it
of
out.
decline. Yeah. And
So that's
then,
good. So what about the eye surgery then? So that was like I'm picturing like Minority Report surgery
yeah,
style shit
yeah,
going on.
yeah. It's like Minority Report or Clockwork Orange. So you're like, your eyes are open like this, but they're numb from the anesthetic cream. And then they shine a laser in your eye. You don't see anything, just see white. And then they cut the cornea open to make a corneal flap. And then they shine a laser in there. 11 seconds, you smell burnt flesh. And then they put it back. And while the corneal flap is open, it's just haze. It's
Oh,
haze. It's like
feels that.
I immediately had an LSD flashback, like where you took a little bit too much, and then you're like, you know, you have
Wait,
that moment where you took a little bit too much, and you're like, is this the rest of my life now, where everything is fucked?
am I going to come out of this? Oh.
Yeah, it's like 6 hours in, you're like, is this going to be the rest of my life? Because it's been going on for so long, and your perception of time. So the flap went off. I'm like, am I going to look like this the rest of my life? And you have the laser shining in the corneal flap, not in your eye, but in the flap. And then you smell burnt flesh. They put it back, and then you see sharp.
Do you have to be awake? Is it by
Yeah.
choice? You have to be
No.
awake.
I was awake for all of it, for the gyno surgery, for the Lasik surgery, and lick surgery. I was awake for all of it.
Horrible, man.
Yeah, and I can't even smoke a cigar now because it's oxidative stress. I can't even have a glass of whiskey or smoke a cigar because it's oxidative stress and it cuts the wound, so it prevents wound healing. So I'll be, yeah, I'm traumatized.
So the flap that they cut the cornea, they open it up, they
Yeah,
laser it, put the
yeah,
flap back over,
yeah.
and that kind of heals
It,
together,
it
or is it
just, yeah. So they kind of press it closed and align it, and they say, "Is everything good?" And said, "Yeah, I can see very sharp." And you see all this medical equipment, you know, like Captain Picard gets the Borg probe in his eye in first contact. So that's what you see, and then they move the other eye. You get the same treatment, like where you don't see fuck all, and then the laser smells like burnt flesh, and then they put these little goggles on you where you can't really see through, so you don't rub in your eye or touch your eye to the point the corneal flap comes off again, and then they send you home with Valium. So you take this Valium when you're home. So why? Yeah, you can sleep. I'm like, fuck this. I don't need to sleep. I'm gonna get to work, man. It's only 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I got shit to do. And then the anesthetic eye drop wears off. Dude, it feels like you got punched in the face.
really what, like
Yeah.
painful, like inflammation pain, or just like
Painful eyes. No, no, no. It's like this whole area just throbbing. So I took a Valium, then I slept 7 hours, and or I had a meal, took a Valium, slept 7 hours, and then I was awake for like 2 hours, had another meal, slept for 9 hours on the second Valium. And then the next day I looked and I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. And then you go in for the checkup, they remove the goggles, and then you can see fucking clear. And now 2 weeks later I see perfect, man.
see everything.
Yeah, I see everything. Yeah.
That's
It's
dope.
crazy. It's
Sounds
sharper than the
horrible.
glasses.
At least the result is good.
It's the worst and the best surgery I've ever done.
Because I was thinking when you were first talking about it, I'm like, is he saying Lasix or laser? Because laser surgery is a quick like buzz and a laser, and you're in and you're out and you're done. But I
Yeah.
don't think that involves actually cutting open the cornea or anything. So yours
Yeah.
was
So
a
you have
different.
So you have the one where they shine the laser, one where they remove the corneal flap, and then PRK where they just remove the outer layer. But I wasn't a good candidate based on my vision. So we went with femto Lasik eye surgery, where they use a laser to remove the cornea. They still have to use an incision manually to cut that open. So I literally could see the knife and then make an incision. And then,
No,
oh,
what did
fucked
you
up.
say to the surgeon? You're like, you better not take any
Dude, I
Clentonate.
held my fucking breath. I'm like, don't move your eyes, don't move your eyes, don't move your eyes. Yeah, yeah. It's like, I
Yes.
better, this surgeon better not be on clenbuterol.
You were in like a head brace or something, right? So you can't
The whole
move.
thing, dude, I was completely like, and then, you hold your hands like super tight against the table. It was fucked up, dude. Like the motorcycle accident that I've had was less traumatizing than this.
I just keep picturing so many memes that we could bring up on screen right now. You've got Wolverine in the surgery tank coming out of the tank like,
Yeah.
Minority Report, RoboCop.
Yeah, no, but when I went to bed, I had like this the first night or after the femto Lasik eye surgery, I had the gyno brace on, and then of course I
Yeah.
bought a CPAP, and then I had these goggles on, so it literally looked like I was going to sleep in the back of the tank. And then I posted a picture. What, Steve? Why are you wearing a sports bra? Guys are not up to speed at all. So I tried to sleep.
Have a
Yeah.
sports bra date, double date.
Yeah, she got a break augmentation done, right? I'll go check up on her soon.
She's been talking about it for a long time, and I'm like, well, you can't come out here right now, so
Mm-hmm.
go and get yourself some new boobs. Hopefully that
Right.
keeps her happy for a while. So yeah, it's just healing up now. Swelling's going down. I think she gets stitches out in a couple of days and
Mm-hmm.
let everything sort of heal. She's the same. She's like, I just want to go back to the gym.
My wife was in the gym. After my wife's first breast augmentation, she was in the gym the second day.
She went to the
It's
same
crazy.
surgeon.
Yeah,
She went to
yeah,
the same
it's
place.
one of the best.
At least we know they'll look good.
Only the
So
best,
that's
man.
all
Yeah,
good.
you'll have a lot of fun motorboating when she comes over. Yeah, so I get all this shit done, so I'm a little bit miserable, but I'm holding size, and yeah, good excuse not to do any cardio.
Yeah, well, at least you got it all done. You know, and these things, like I said, they've been on your list for a while, and it's going to be now or not for a long time. Once
Oh,
baby
not for a
arrives.
long time. Yeah,
You might as well get it all done and out of the way. It's probably a good move, you know, although it would be pretty cool to have you out here, but
yeah,
in reality,
I know.
the reality of it is probably,
Yeah,
that's probably a little bit too much traveling, fluctuations in blood pressure and food and all of that while you're still healing.
I wouldn't have done the surgeries if I decided to come over to the US, because then I thought about doing the surgeries afterwards, and then I looked at the recovery process, and then I'd be barely recovered by the time my wife gives birth. So it didn't make sense, you know.
Too much all at once.
Yeah.
So what about what was I going to say?
Mr. Olympia?
Olympia, you'll be out here for sure.
Yeah,
right?
I will be there for a week or something.
That shouldn't be an issue.
No, it's only in Vegas, so that then I don't have to do an onwards flight to Ohio. That's another 4 hours, man, from Vegas to Ohio. It's like 4.5 hours.
Everyone keeps telling me, "Oh, you'll fit right in Ohio. It's just like England, cold and miserable." And I'm like, "All right, sounds wonderful."
It's really cold over there. Yeah, that's also one of the reasons. Like when I went through all the reasons of why not to come, freezing in Ohio, I'm like, fuck no.
Fuck that.
Fuck. I just went to the UK and all it was freezing. Shit.
Yeah, this is a cold time of year to visit as well. It's probably not ideal. But yeah, I mean,
you'll manage. You'll manage. You got everybody else there.
Everyone else is there. Everyone flies in a day early. We got a nice Airbnb sorted out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited to bring a good package and get on a big stage with some serious super heavies and see how I stand up against them. And then after that is the Desert Classic, the Jay Cutler show, which is right here.
That's there, right? But is there pro card there or just local?
No, just a national qualifier. So if I don't get the card at the Arnold, then I'm just going to keep competing as long as I feel good and there's no red flags and my body feels pretty solid. I feel better and better as this prep continues. Like usually it's that first couple of weeks after traveling where your body's kind of going through shock. and I'll get like
Yeah.
some pains and flare ups and things like that, and I'm like, am I fucked here or? And then you just get into a routine, everything balances
Mhm.
out, and now I feel awesome, so it's all good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it takes about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to really. That flight is brutal, man. 24 hours,
You
20
forget, right?
hours.
You don't really think about actually what kind of impact that does have on you if you're somewhat like we're not just coming here sitting around on holiday by the swimming pool all day long.
Hmm.
It's in the gym 6 days a week, every day,
Yeah.
2 times a day. This
No,
meeting,
but
that podcast, that meeting, grocery
yeah.
shopping, driving, banking, caring. Ugh,
No, but
it's
we went to
awesome.
the when we went to the
But
Mr. Olympia together, we had 3 activities per day for 2 weeks straight. I was fried.
yeah, it's fucking.
I was fried after that. I was
But there was
fucking
no way I
fried.
was getting through that week without like some cheesecake. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then I never drank so many what is it, energy drinks?
Yeah, that's like something I've noticed here is energy drinks and
God.
all these different varieties of coffee, and because you can get all of
Hmm.
these calories syrups and things, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. This sounds good, and I'm like, nope. Don't get carried away with all these little things. They add up. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
But
Just
there
get
is so
that
much
coffee that we bought. The coffee that we bought at Walmart or
Wax Skull or whatever it's called, Death Skull or
yeah,
something like that.
that's Death Wish coffee, the strongest coffee. I wish I bought more of that. That was really good.
I can send some to you if you want. It's good
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah, maybe I have to send it to the shipping forwarder. Nice and easy.
If
And
I
send
s-
it in
if
one go.
I use USPS, it will show up easy peasy, no problem.
Oh, that's right.
USPS
Yeah.
is how they sent stuff to me in Thailand, and it was way quicker,
Mm,
way easier. So if
mm.
you need stuff from, uh, you know who, I don't know if we can say their name on YouTube yet or not. I think
Not
some
anymore.
channels.
Abbreviations MA and AA. That's
Yeah,
that's as
MA
far
or
as we
AA,
can go.
and just let me know, and I'll get a package out to you with USPS.
Yeah, I already got something coming in through the shipping forwarder, so I'm good for a while.
Right, cool.
Yeah, yeah. They sent me another
I'll
care
pick up some
package.
Arnold merch for you, so it's here. Get
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Did you ever get your clothes back from that you left behind?
Got it all, mate.
Yeah.
All of it.
Okay. Thank God.
Showed up at Jared's place, and I'm like, that
This
taxi
guy.
driver came through, that Uber driver, what a guy. That reminds me, actually, I need to link
Yeah.
up with him and give him a
Yes,
free
he's
trip.
such a funny guy, right? So this is a funny story. So me and Air were checking out from our Airbnb in Vegas, and we're driving back, and the guy's drinking a Gorilla Mind energy drink. And it's like, do you like that energy drink? He's like, yeah, man. I used to watch Derek all the time, but now he's, he's kind of retired. I said, look back. I looked. I said, yeah, it's Steve from the Super Physiological Man podcast. And he never watched that. But at least he was happy to hear that I was on board with Gorilla Mind and you were at the time. And then you forgot your clothes or one or two shirts right, at the Airbnb. And they were outside hanging
Well,
there to
before
dry.
that, on the way
Mhm.
to the airport, we were
Yeah.
like, what, you like the Gorilla Mind products?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I buy them all the time. And I'm like, go back to the apartment you just picked us up from. Here's the door code. We left loads of shit behind. Pre-workout, EAAs, the whole works. I said, just go and pick it all up. Take it.
Yeah,
It's
we couldn't bring
yours.
it back. We were like fully
Yeah,
booked, 40
fully
kilos
packed.
per
And I
person.
said, there's also a bunch of half files of test and mast and stuff
Shh, shh,
in
shh,
in
shh.
the cupboard. And he's like, oh, all right, I'll go and pick up that as well. You might have to bleep that
Yeah,
out.
but he was
And
pretty happy.
he was pretty happy. And then and then it was a couple of days later, and I realized, oh shit, I left a bunch of clothes on the balcony. And the owner of the landlord had put them in a
Yeah,
wardrobe
just
hidden away. I
mhm.
was like, how the hell am I going to get them? I didn't want to bother Jared too much because I think he was traveling at the time.
Yeah, he was also not there.
And so I said, oh, that driver, maybe. I
Oh, he
messaged
knows
him.
where it is. Yeah, so he
And
got
he
it
was like,
picked
oh,
up.
no worries. I'll go back and pick him up for sure. And he went back 2 or 3 times trying to link up with the cleaner lady at the right time to pick it up.
Yeah.
And he came through, dude. He came through. And I'm like, what a fucking legend. So I actually sent him some free diet plan stuff and all of that. And I said, I'll
Oh, cool.
give you a session in the gym for free when you got some time. And he's like,
And
yeah.
just get this guy because the Uber drivers they have to pay a certain percentage for every trip, right? So if you got a long trip but you don't want to drive your own car, just link up with him. Pay him cash.
Yeah, I think that was his car as well. So he probably does a bit of private work.
Yeah, it was a nice car too, big, spacious.
Yeah, one of those. What is it? Cadillac or something?
I don't
One
know.
of those
It
big
was a nice
giant
car.
SUV things.
Yeah, I felt the trip back to the airport. I felt very well taken care of. Let's put it that way. Felt very
Yeah,
comfortable. Yeah, it was a fun
premium
trip. Yeah,
option.
very premium. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I've been
yeah,
doing that in Thailand now.
he's such a good representation of people here in general. I thought maybe
Hmm.
we just got lucky with a few really nice, polite people,
No,
but
most of them are super nice, man.
everyone here is so nice, and so everyone's willing to help. I said this story on one of my last drive and talk videos,
Hmm.
but went to go buy coffee, couldn't figure out the my Bank of America app. I hadn't figured it out yet. My wallet
Uh-huh.
was in the car, and I was like, "Shit, I can't pay. I'm going to run back to the car and grab my wallet." And the girl behind the counter at Starbucks was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I've got you." And I thought she just meant, "Okay, I'll put your coffee to one side while you grab your wallet." And I ran
Yeah.
off. Some guys laughing at me as I was running away. And I'm like, what, did I miss something there? I'm not sure. And then I came back with my wallet, like, "Okay, I'm going to pay for my coffee now." And she was like, "I got you." I'm like, "I'm not really sure what that means. Like, what's the context here?" And she was like, "I've paid for your coffee."
Oh,
And I'm like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, I see you
did you
messing
get her
around with."
number at least?
Bless. I think I'm probably a little too old
Did you
for
did,
her.
did you ever tell that story of all the girls that were oogling all over you when we came out of casino? What was it? Resorts World.
Which one? When?
We came out of Resorts right before we met Norman, a friend of mine, and what's his name? Flex Lewis's coach. We came to pick up our bags there. There's like
All
a
the
whole
little
group of girls.
teeny boppers, all the college kids coming
Yeah,
in for the
and they're all like
parties. You know
looking
what? I
at
think
you, like, what the fuck? I felt so ugly in that moment. Like, what the?
I was holding a decent hand.
Yeah, yeah. So what about this?
You were holding a pretty good blow.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wasn't objectifiable, unfortunately.
I
You held it
get every
together way
day,
better than I did.
at least 3 times a day, I get a John Cena comment. So I think people just think I'm John Cena.
Just tell them so you didn't see
You
me.
yeah. I'm just like, what do you know? What do you know?
Yeah, yeah. Which
But
I
it's
love
funny.
that
It's
place, man. Vegas is great.
all these interactions here with people are so good, and people
Hmm.
will just do that. They'll be like, "Oh, I'll
Yeah.
pay for you. No worries. I'll see you
Mm.
again at some point." And I'm like, "There's no way I'm letting you pay for my coffee. Like that's too nice. That's too kind." I said, "I appreciate the offer." And she's like, "I've done it now. It's done. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it." And I'm
Now
like,
you got
"What
to
the
come
hell?"
back there every time to buy coffees.
Well,
You're
I just gave her
obligated.
I gave her like a $20 tip. She's just like, "No, no, 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 you don't have to do that." And I was like, "You deserved it." Like that was a really nice thing to do.
Should her
So
let her motorboat you? Say, come bring it in.
yeah, ever had
Bring
a
it
bear?
in.
Someone like me?
Yeah. So I
How
just
big is
shaved. Take it.
I took, I
Take
just,
advantage of it.
it's not spiky.
Yeah, it's
There's
so
no
spiky. Yeah, it's so fresh. Yeah, I shaved my entire chest for the gyno surgery. I felt very sexy. It was great.
But they're cool. Every time I go to that Starbucks, it's the one right next to the gym. So there's like a couple
Right.
of old Spanish ladies that work there. They were all there as
Mhm.
this interaction happened. So now every time I go there, there's always this little laugh and a bit of banter. Like, Ala, you pay for your own coffee today, or you want me to pay? And I'm like, all right, I've got my
So
wallet.
you can get free coffees there for life.
Yeah,
They
they're all
probably think all these bodybuilders are such retards. Are gonna spend so much on coffee because they keep
they're all
forgetting their
broke.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
I
got my
know.
fanny pack with me, but there's no wallet in there. It's full with GH and IGF1.
Yeah, trade.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't see a picture of your obnoxious car on your Instagram yet. What happened?
Oh, you didn't see it, or you did?
No, I didn't. I'm wondering why. Like, I know what your car looks like.
Oh, you've seen it though, right?
Yeah, you sent me a picture.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I'm not posting that all over the internet. It looks like a gay zebra driving around everywhere. It's
A
it's an
Tesla with a
interesting.
zebra print.
Yeah, like people look, people stare. And I'm glad it's got tinted windows so they can't see me inside. But it's pretty gay. But I
But
got
they
like,
didn't have anything else there.
well, they had other. Tesla's available, like regular
Mm,
plain colors and trucks.
mm,
It's on Toro.
okay.
There's like a car sharing app,
Mm,
and I was looking through. There's loads of great options. In Texas, I'm going to rent out a big giant Ford
yeah.
truck thing,
Yeah. Mm.
and it's pretty cheap. But if you book something for a month, you get big discounts. You get like if you
Ah.
book for 2 weeks, you get a bit of a discount. If you book for a month, you get a massive discount. This one just happened to have a huge discount, and it was probably an extra $300 or $400 more discounted than the other ones.
Ah, okay.
No, I know why, because of the paint job. No one wants it. But for me, I'm like, hey, I don't care about no paint job. If I can save myself a few $100. So the actual total discount for the month was $1,000. So I saved $1,000. So I'm like, I'll
Oh, yeah,
happily
fuck
save a
it. Yeah,
grand
fuck
and
it,
drive
man.
a
Of
fucking
course.
weird paint job. The car is lovely to drive.
Yeah.
Inside is immaculate. It's the Model 3 Tesla, so it's one of the newer ones.
Mm.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't
easy
look
to
at the
find in a
outside.
parking lot. You're just like, there's the most ugly car in the parking lot. Yeah, it's mine. And nobody would ever steal it.
No one will ever steal it.
No.
But the guy
It's
who
easy
owns
to
it,
track down.
really, yeah, he's trolling though. The guy who owns it, there's a sound when you walk away from the car because it's all connected to your phone. So when you walk away
Yeah.
from the car, it automatically locks, and it usually would go beep beep to say it's locked. But he's changed that sound to like a squeaky dog toy, so it goes sort of this really gay little squeaky toy sound. So every time I get 6 feet away from the car, this noise happens from behind me, and everyone looks like, "What was that noise?" And I'm just like, "Fucking
You got
car."
to get some matching flippers, man, or slippers for
I
that car.
just
Like you're
buy like
just you come in your
a suede,
pajamas.
yeah, a zebra print onesie or a suit with a big pimp hat. I'll just
Yeah,
go with the flow, you know.
go with it.
But,
Yeah, just roll with it, man.
hey, I'll save some money where I can. But next month when I rent a car, I'm going
Mm,
to pay a little extra and just get a regular car.
mm,
It
yeah,
was good for the first month, but if I book in advance, like there's always good deals on there. And I think once my LLC is all finished up, I can just buy myself a company car.
right. Yeah.
I'll
So
rent
how
until
much did it ended up costing for the people who are interested in moving? Like how much did it end up spending to move?
so for a full month on the Model 3 Tesla, including insurance, was $1,300.
No, not just the car, like the whole move. Like to get
Oof,
started
okay.
again in the US, like 10K, 15K.
If you're talking about, it depends what visa options you go for. I'm
Yeah.
still going through that process now because it's
Mm-hmm.
not a quick process. It's
No.
going to take months and it's going to take thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So, for instance, one of the quotes I got, if I was to do an investment visa,
Mm-hmm.
you'd need 100 or $150,000 in investment
Yeah.
money,
Mm-hmm.
probably 20 grand in lawyer fees, another
Yeah.
few grand in paperwork fees and stuff like that. So that option, you're going to blow a couple of $100 grand,
Yeah.
basically. I'm not sure on that capital investment whether that needs to be upfront available as investment. Probably does.
Probably does. Yeah.
Then there's athlete visas if you are a pro athlete. There's a couple of
Mm-hmm.
different options for those. They're probably going to be after all of the processing fees and all of that, probably somewhere around 10 grand.
Yeah.
Lawyer fees, application, paperwork, things like that. Um, if it's setting up an LLC, if you do it properly through the correct companies and stuff like that, probably going to be a couple of grand there just for that
Mm-hmm.
thing. Car, you can buy a nice secondhand used Tesla for
Yeah.
probably 15 grand, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get that on a lease or a payment plan or something, you're probably $500 or $600 a month, maybe. So
Yeah.
renting like I
Yeah.
am
I would
now
do
is
rent first while all the other expenses are high. You can always buy later. You
yeah,
know.
like it's something I'll do that when I can, when I have the correct documents,
Mm-hmm.
LLC documents, and then I'll do it. That's not a problem because that'll help me build up a credit record as well. Because
Yeah.
here you need a credit score for most things. So buying
Oh
a
yeah.
car,
In the Western world, you need credit score.
yeah. So I'll do like a business bank account,
Mm-hmm.
hire someone, pay them a salary, buy a car, monthly payments
Mm.
on a car, utility bills, all of this kind of builds up a good credit score. And after
Right.
about sort of, I don't know, maybe 3 to 6 months, I'll have probably the minimum qualifying credit score to then
Hmm.
apply for, a mortgage or something if I wanted to go
Right.
down that route.
Mm.
But yeah, all of the fees as far as like moving here, depending on what visa you get, can obviously really change the price. But
Yeah.
let's just say you're going to come here and just do 6 months and then disappear again, and you don't have to apply for a visa, but you want to live here. Look at all, you want to get a lease on a house for 6 months. You want to rent a car for 6 months. Blah blah blah. Then yeah, you're probably looking at, you know, you're going to need to 20 grand is going to disappear real quick.
Yeah. Mm.
And then after that, it's just general maintenance of living costs, which, to be honest, is pretty much the same as Bangkok, believe it or not. Like,
Yeah.
because
No,
bodybuilder
that's what I found
lifestyle,
also. Yeah, the
if we
bodybuilding lifestyle is not expensive, and the food it's pretty affordable. It's just like the big things, that like the deposit for the house or getting a car or doing the visa. That you had the clothes and buying a new air fryer and a rice cooker. That's not the expense. That's a couple hundred
that
bucks
stuff's
total.
cheaper, if anything. Like, because
Yeah.
there's so many options, there's so much variety, the competition in
Mm.
prices is crazy. You go to somewhere like Walmart where you can just get everything all in one place, mega deals. Great. I built out this whole complete big L-shaped desk here with
Hmm.
speakers, monitor, lights, microphones, cameras, and stuff like that. Did it
Hmm.
all for like maybe 300 or 400 bucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Walmart is great. And my grocery shopping as a bodybuilder in prep, I just did a big video on it, but I got a
Mhm.
pretty big haul of groceries that will last me easily a week. Some of those things will last like a month, like a
Mhm.
big giant jar of kimchi or something, and I only
Right,
have a
right.
small couple of portions a day, things like that. So yeah, if you're smart about your shopping and you live like a bit of a bodybuilder, you're not blowing money on big restaurants, and you're not, if you go into the strip every day or every week,
Ah, you're
yeah,
broke. You're broke
yeah,
right
you're going to
away.
spend some money. But if you're not and you're living a regular lifestyle, yeah, it's totally fine. I think I spent like 150 bucks on grocery shopping and got loads of
Yeah,
stuff
it's about the same
and
same here.
extras. And in with that bill was the air fryer, $20 air fryer or something like
Oh
that, a
shit.
little mini one just to keep me going. Because when I
Yeah,
move
it's
into
just
my house, once this lease runs out, I'll move into a bigger house.
you get bigger
So I don't
stuff.
want to buy anything that I can't just get rid of. Because when I move into the house, I'm going to get the big double-sided Ninja air fryer and the
Yeah,
creamy all of that stuff.
and let's be honest, like these air fryers that break down, the $20 air fryer breaks down as fast as $100 air fryer. So, like, I got one on spare at all times. I got one spare rice cooker, one spare air fryer, just in case they break down. I don't even need to go out to just grab it out of the closet. I'm like, okay, you can still make a meal. Yeah, because it sucks. If you're constantly cooking all the time, that's what we do.
Yeah,
So
and there's
good,
loads of
man.
options here. Like the same as Thailand, you want to order out Uber Eats.
Hmm.
There's loads of good prep-friendly options and stuff. I don't use it. I'm used to just doing my own meal prep, like we both do, right? We just cook all
Yeah.
of our own stuff. But if you do like to, order out and all of that, there's thousands and thousands of options.
Yeah, you can easily get chunky over there if you want to. I
You can
know.
get pretty chunky. Off season's going to be filthy. It's going to be good. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, in the meantime, Vegas is this perfect little random. It's like its own thing. It seems to be very different from the way people describe it. It's this own little, very different place, plopped in the middle of a desert, surrounded by mountains. You seem very disconnected from the other woes of the world.
Hmm.
No one really seems to be distracted by all
No,
the
it seems like
nonsense and the
very
drama.
carefree. Everybody's just doing their thing, and the politics of the rest of the America doesn't really seem to affect.
People are aware of
Um,
it, but there's no one outside. There's no one getting emotional and protesting about it. They're just
no,
like, oh, I'm busy. I've got things to do.
no.
They'll just let things happen. Whereas I think if you go to some of these more liberal cities, then there'll be whole college campus, protesting, arguing with Charlie Kirk on a bloody regular basis.
Oh, you'll
Whereas
see
here,
as
it's
you
like,
travel.
I'm too busy. I want to go to the gym. do some good, cool stuff. You know.
Like Florida was pretty okay. I like Florida.
Texas, Florida, and Vegas. These are the
Yeah,
three
I
big
haven't been to
go-to
Texas
places
yet.
where everyone is just busting ass, hustling, and having a great time.
Yeah, L.A., Sacramento, Detroit. Ohio is okay. Bit boring. Columbus is okay, but yeah, most of the places that I've been to felt a bit dodge, to be honest.
I think just most like in the most places in the world, right? Downtown cities are going to have their
Mhm.
rough parts.
Yeah, same
Because
here
I
in
mean, even
Bangkok.
like Chase lives in Chicago, right?
Mhm.
But the area he lives in, he really likes. It's really nice. But
Yeah,
then you go to downtown Chicago, and everyone's like, never go to downtown.
I think I've been to. Well, I was only there for 1 day, so I saw his gym, and then we went out to dinner, and that was good. So he shielded me from all the the downtown
Chase knows
stuff.
good spots, right? He knows
Yeah,
where,
and I,
where to go
and I
and where
was
to.
I was in Sacramento for like 1 or 2 days to have the Mark Bell podcast, and where I stayed, it was also a little bit like meh. I don't know. In LA, it's just I don't know. It's rowdy. It's very rowdy. Do you have any problems with the fires there, or that was non-existent?
Just about dying down by the time we drove in.
Mm,
So
yeah.
just regular LA traffic. Apparently, it was a little more chaotic than normal due to the
Hmm.
fires,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I can compare, so I couldn't say. But to
The,
me, I was
I do. How is the LA Fit Expo compared to the Mr. Olympia? Because I do feel that it's like a different kind of crowd.
about the same size,
Hmm.
but the booths were not quite as like extravagant and big.
Hmm.
Everyone goes all in on the Olympia Expo, right?
Yeah.
Because it's prestigious. The LA Fit Expo, apparently, this is the best one in a few years. The last few years
Okay.
apparently have been crap since the flu.
Hmm.
But this one apparently was much better. I thought it was all right. Walking
Okay.
around, it was okay to mingle. Did a lot of sort of networking. Bumped into a good few people. The muscle contest show at the back of the area was pretty good.
Hmm.
Not as big of an expo stage as the Olympia,
Yeah. Obviously.
but they had all like that, like night fighting and stuff. When they'll dress up in armor and do team
Oh, night.
fights.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they had that there. They had boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu,
Uh,
bunch of stuff. It had everything that the Olympia had. I think the
mm,
Olympia actually, if I think about it, because there was two floors, Olympia was bigger and more and better and more extravagant. The LA Fit
yeah.
Expo was, it was okay for an expo. It was
It's a
okay.
little convention. Yeah.
Everyone was a little bit tight. Usually you walk around the expo and you can get a massive bag full of free energy drinks and protein bars and tested this,
It's only
tested that.
only on the Olympia.
Yeah, Olympia and the Arnold apparently are the only ones which really
Mm.
do that. Like these, they were giving out like little shot glass tasters of stuff.
Hmm.
And then it was like, and then they're like, okay, so you're going to buy a case of 12? And I'm like, oh, I just want a free drink. Like it's an expo. Like I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of this stuff. And everyone here is, affiliated with companies and stuff anyway. So it
But the 90%, like
was good for the meet and greet stuff. Meet and
yeah.
greet and athletes, things like that. Luckily, we caught a lot of people on the way in, so we didn't have to stand in their queues and their lines. Bumped into Jay and Guy and Martin, and
Hmm.
them had a good chat with Hunter and the Gasp crew. So yeah, it was good. It was fun, but 1 day was enough. After 1 day we were like, do we really need to stay around for 2 days? Let's just drive back.
Yeah.
So we got some food, woke up early, drove back the next morning, skipped out on the
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
That was it.
No, that's what I've heard. Yeah, I wouldn't fly from Thailand to go to the LA Fit Expo. Just Mr. Olympia. Maybe someday the Arnold, but Olympia's easy, man. It's just
Have you not done
Vegas
the
is the
Arnold
close.
before?
No, never been. I've been to Columbus when I
Oh,
was there with the Swiss Symposium. When I went there with
oh
Scott McNally, it was only a 3-hour drive, I think, from Detroit. And then I went to Chicago to meet Chase. And yeah, and then I flew. Where the fuck did I go? Then I went to Vegas to pick up my wife, and then I went to Florida, and then we went to LA. It's all over the country. Yeah, I was LA and then Sacramento, and then we went home. Yeah, it was craziness.
big trip. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
the Arnold, from what I hear, is the big one, right?
Hmm.
As far as expos are concerned, it's like they're like, it's going to be chaos. Be ready. It's going to be fun.
That's like 3 days also.
Yeah, I think it actually starts officially on the 27th, the same day as the amateur show. And it
Mhm.
runs all the way through till, 27th, 28th.
20.
February is the 28th, right? And then
Mhm.
1st, 2nd. So, yeah, four days total, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fly back on the 2nd, but
Mhm.
got a funny feeling I might need to extend it by a day if I can. We'll see.
Just extend it. See what the other boys are doing, or go to a city close by that you want to see.
Yeah,
You know?
I think there's something going on the 2nd. So I don't want to fly out too early and miss anything, but
Mm.
we'll see. I might be exhausted by then after all the competing and then the
You will be,
expo.
man. You know how it was 2 days at the Mr. Olympia. At the next day, we didn't do anything. After the expo, I was
We'll be
wiped.
linking up and doing dinners and stuff with the booth crew and then all the RP crew and, you know, and just being a fanboy at the expo, watching the main show. That's a big lineup. Who have you got? I think Samson's just going to walk in there and win it.
Samson will win. Yeah, Samson will win.
Tough to beat.
He looks a lot
But
better now.
there's some impressive physiques.
Yeah, I
Never
wonder.
know.
I wonder. Like Derek switched to Chris Aceto, but he doesn't look as crispy as he did before. His legs are bigger, but it looks not 4 weeks out based on the pictures that I saw.
But it's Chris.
Yeah, so
A
hopefully
lot
that will
can
be
happen in a
automated.
week, right? He just knows how to
Chris
pull
is
the
the
right
master of
triggers.
diuretics.
He'll get it right. So I'm sure that everyone will look awesome and it'll be an epic show. I
Yeah, it's a
can't
good
wait.
lineup.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, you got my
But
ticket for Jared, right?
yeah, he was happy.
Cool.
So
Cool.
yeah, now I've still got Andrea's ticket. Don't know if she's going to make it over in time. Got interview is on tomorrow, so fingers
No.
crossed she doesn't get denied again. But if she does, she does. We'll deal with it. It sucks, but it is what it is. In the meantime, I'm in prep anyway, so she's not missing much apart from my team.
Yeah, you'll find a way. Like, otherwise, you just wait until you got all your paperwork sorted for the business, and then register your marriage and get her on that way. You know.
Yeah, it'll be right. There's a couple of grand to get her over on that kind of visa side of things, but
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, stay focused, stay locked in, get peeled, get on stage as many times as I can before it's time to go hard in Walmart, get
Yep.
massive donuts,
Fuck! It's so easy
cheesecake.
to get. It's so easy to get fat in America. My God.
It is, but it's also easy to stay fit and healthy
Yeah,
because
because you have a lot of
for every
alternatives
five
and good
shit options,
options.
there's
Hmm.
so many. There are so many good healthy alternatives. So there's no excuse. But
Well, all those spices that I bought, they all were like riddled with sugar. I should have read the labels.
are they?
So I had to throw them away, man. There were like 5 grams of sugar per 7 grams. I'm like, what the fuck?
That probably didn't help your gut issues at the time.
No. So I did a food allergy test, and it turns out I'm allergic for a few foods, including egg whites. So I took those out. It's like the best food in the planet, egg whites. And every time I have breakfast anywhere in the world, it's eggs. So of course I have digestive issues the rest of the day. Doesn't matter what comes after that. It's fucked. So I took the egg whites, the whole eggs out, and now it's perfect. I can pull vacuums at the end of the
Right.
day again. Yeah.
That's good. At least you got that one solved as well. You
Yeah, it was
completely
good.
rebuilt yourself from the ground up in like 4 weeks.
Well, yeah.
That's what happens when I leave.
Yeah.
I
I
leave and
need a
then
fresh
you start
start.
another
Yeah,
night.
get out of here. Beat it. And then I got a fresh start. No, I just needed to get it all done. It's like usually around the end of the year I do like full checkups. And yeah, so now I'm still waiting for my stool examination. Should come in soon also. Did a food allergy test, like stool examination, right, from the poop. So that was a lot of fun, scooping your own shit in a container. And then I did all these surgeries. Yeah, I'm done with hospitals for a while, man. Sick of it. Fuck.
Well,
2 weeks, like every other day.
when I'm
Every other day to the hospital.
cigars and celebrating over here, I'll video call you. You can light me
Sure.
up and join in online for the
Yes, sir.
celebrations.
Cigar dates. And the wife always laughed. What are you doing? I said, I'm calling my friends and smoking a cigar on the porch. Good stuff. Yeah, man, keep me posted on your prep. Good luck.
I will. Yeah.
Enjoy, hold down the fort for me when I'm not there. And then I'll join in soon. Soon enough.
I'm repping the Muscle Nomads hard out here. People dig it. They
There you
want
go.
more, so we will give them more. Now that I've got an actual place to sit down and record and stuff,
Yeah.
we can get back into a bit more of a routine.
There you go. Cool, man.
I'll keep. Maybe we'll do another one like a week out, so you can have a good
sounds
look.
good. Mm-hmm. Sounds
Physique
good.
update, a little prep update, and then again after the show, hopefully, celebrating some decent placings.
I hope so too, man. Keep me posted.
We'll do.
All
Take
right,
care, buddy.
cool. I'll talk to you soon, yeah? Take it easy.
Rest up. Heal fast.
Yeah, I will. Take it easy. Ciao.